It's about that time of day again. It's about that time of day again. Welcome to your nightly newsletter, boys and girls. My name is Joseph James. It's Thursday evening already. We are wrapping up this week here. Thursday evening, February 19th, 2015, cruising through this third week of the month of February. In tonight's newsletter, crude oil is looking a little bit bullish. Are we really that bullish, though? I don't know. Crude is bullish for now. But this smells like a correction off of yesterday's lows. And I've got two big reasons why I'm still a bear for Friday. We'll talk more about crude in a second. How about that funny yellow metal? How about gold futures? Gold continues to reward us with bearish movement, but wait before you sell tomorrow because the price action on gold tells us this price most likely goes higher before it goes lower on Friday morning. And then, of course, we can't forget about the mini Russell. The mighty mini Russell is bullish with a capital Ullish. Very bullish going into Friday. We saw big clues in the volume telling us this move higher is likely going to continue on the E-minis as we go into the end of the week. We get a jam-packed newsletter in store for you. I get a really exciting newsletter report for you guys and gals tonight. But before we begin, I want to remind you, make sure you're watching this video right now on our trading blog here at sidewaysmarkets.com. There are three reasons why you should be watching this video on our trading blog right now. If you're not on the blog, if you're on our YouTube page right now, there's a link right below the video, and that will take you over here to our blog page. First reason why you want to make sure you're watching this video on our blog, you can download all the charts. Every single chart I'm going to go over tonight, you can download, have it on your computer, and have it ready to use tomorrow. I even have some bonus charts in there for you guys today, some bigger picture charts. Second thing, I got a free pass for you guys to come out and join me in my live trade room as a guest. If you're not a member of School of Trade and you're curious what it feels like to be inside of our trade room, if you're curious what all the commotion is about, you know, we're the longest running trade room on the planet. If you're curious to see what it feels like to be a student, join your free pass and we'll invite you out to our trade room here next week. And of course, last but not least, third thing here, you never have to worry about missing another newsletter report. All I need is your name and your email address in the lower left-hand corner, and I'll register you for our nightly newsletter mailing list. So, three things here, guys. Download those charts, grab your free pass to attend the trade room, and, of course, register for your newsletter list. Real quick, though, if you grab the free pass or if you register for the newsletter list, just be aware I'm going to send you a verification email to make sure I have the right email address and to make sure you're not a robot. All right, and I know most of you guys aren't robots, but you know how the internet goes these days. So register, grab your free pass, and check your email. Make sure you check your junk mail, your spam mail, whatever type of mail you got these days. Check it. All righty? How about we start here with the mighty mini Russell? Now, we've been bullish on this Russell for quite a while. This is nothing new. But we continue to see volume confirm these moves higher. What a great opportunity we had today. Last time we saw you guys in the Russell, we had this trading range, and we talked about a breakout pullback. We got that today, right? Got the breakout pullback we were hoping for today on the Russell. Now you can see we kind of shook off the trading range a little bit, and now we're starting to go into a, maybe not a dramatic bull channel, but kind of a little bit of a horizontal channel here. We're definitely channeling higher. There is a very big long-term channel. If you want to get a look at this long-term channel, download today's charts. I put a bonus chart in there that will show you where all of these channels are, the bigger picture of this. Okay, guys? So download that chart below the video right now, and you can see what I'm talking about with that big channel. Couple things here. Okay, just as expected, we pushed higher today on the Russell. Volume confirms. Mark up the two highs. Go down here. Bam. Easy, easy, easy. Easy to see volume confirms, very, very accurate when that volume confirms like that. And so with volume confirming the move higher, we're here buying support, right? We're bulls. So I'm looking to be a buyer at any of these support levels as we go higher here right now. Whatever you do, I wouldn't recommend buying right now. Buy at support. Buy on a pullback. Buy at a discounted price. I don't care what you're buying. Don't buy it at a premium price. You buy right now, you're buying at the high, right? You're buying the highest price they've got. Wait for it. Wait for it. Trust me, there are guys that got in long back here. They're taking profit up here. It'll come back. If it doesn't come back right now, stay patient and wait to buy those pullbacks. And of course, you got some targets waiting for you here. I got a bunch of measured move targets. A, B, C, D, there's a measured move target there at 1231. Okay, look a little bit closer. A, B, C, D, there's a target at 32.9. So tough to tell how far we go, but there's definitely going to be some resistance up here at the 1231 to 1232 area. So just be aware of that. That's what we have those targets placed for you. If we do happen to run away tomorrow, it's a Friday, if we do happen to run away, look for that extension target all the way up there at 1239.8. All right, guys? It's fun to be at all-time highs right now. Very, very good day here on the Russell. Hope you guys do well on that. Let's wrap it up, though, with the price action chart. Here's a pretty important chart here on this Russell. This really gives us, see, this is a much different chart. This is a tick chart now. Look at all the information we get on this. Now we start getting a lot more precise entry points. The last chart we looked at definitely shows direction. It definitely shows where we're likely to go. But look at the tick chart here. And the reason why we use tick charts is because you get everything. In my opinion, they're the most accurate charts. Every chart has a purpose. Range-based charts are great for direction and patterns. Tick charts are fantastic for reading the candlestick bodies, wicks, and how they relate to each other. Okay, we teach all of that stuff in our intermediate course here at School of Trade. So Russell price action is bullish. We know this already. We have a bullish channel. Easy to see that, right? Bullish channel. But look closely. Look at the midline right in the middle. And maybe not in the middle. Maybe it's about 60, maybe 61.8, a midline. I don't know. But we know that it's definitely holding, right? So there's definitely a midline. Again, I may not want to call it a midline, call it the golden ratio line, whatever. It doesn't matter. All that matters is you can see it's definitely holding. So that's definitely going to be a target, okay? Don't forget about that midline. That will definitely be a resistance area overhead. And because we know we're bullish, all we're doing now is looking for ways to get into a trade when either A, the buyers have a pattern, or B, the sellers fail with a pattern. Remember, there's two ways to get long. I can look for a bullish pattern or a failed bearish pattern. Right? You with me on this? Okay. Remember, the easiest money you're ever going to make is when other traders are failing. Okay? Sorry, but not sorry. I want the money in my account. So what we'll look for here is staying bullish. We have a trading range. Okay, remember, trading ranges are really easy. We saw one over here. Remember that today? Got that breakout pullback today, just as we talked about last time in the newsletter. Stroking it this week. Awesome week here for this Russell. So there's my range. How do I trade a range? If you don't know how to trade a range, then you haven't taken my free trial yet. In my free trial, I teach you all the 5 different ways you can trade a range. I've got 3 of them on this chart right here. Let's talk about what if price goes higher. If price goes higher, we're going to break out, pull back, break out, pull back. Easy, easy, easy. That's the easy stuff. Let's be ready for the more difficult stuff. What if price goes lower? If price goes lower, this is where you start to catch those sellers on the wrong side of the market. Breakout trap. Price goes lower, breakout fade. Price goes lower, breakout fade, right? Remember, this is the exact same thing we did on gold last night, but opposite direction. Right? This chart should look very similar to gold. And look at how well it worked today on gold. We'll talk about that in a moment. So we know that we have breakout pullback. There's 1. Breakout trap. There's 2. Breakout fade. There's 3. Okay? Now that just deals with this range as far as breakouts go. If you take this range, copy and paste, range support. You take that range, copy and paste, bada bing, bada boom, range expansion target. See, now you're with me here. Now you're with me. So what we're expecting is either we go higher, we buy the pullback up to that 33.5, right? Range expansion target, or we go lower, look for a trap. If we don't get it, look for a fade, etc., etc., etc. Don't even think about being a seller right now in this Russell. All right, guys, now you know my plan for the Rusty. All right, let's keep going. Moving from the Russell now to one of our favorites here, the gold futures, the funny yellow metal. Wasn't this fun, guys? What a great scenario we got from last night. Now, the last time that we saw you last night, we were trading in this range here. We had a range down here, and my exact words were, sell this sucker at the top. Now, I got to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed in these bears. I thought for sure we'd get back 1,200, right? So I've still got an open position on this one down to that 1,200 target. In fact, now I'm going to adjust it to 1202.7. Okay, so new target here for that final portion of that short, 1202.7. You could hold a 1,200, but, you know, money in the bank's money in the bank. Bird in the hand is worth like 10 in the bush these days as a day trader. So gold is definitely bearish. We nailed that sell off the high last night. We're coming off the highs of this long-term bear channel. Here's another example of a chart that you definitely want to download below the video tonight. You can't really see it very well on this screen, but if you go download the charts below the video, you'll see the big one, and you'll see where this channel comes from. You can see, though, here, relatively easy, right? Tag those lows, up at the high. I mean, this is just cake, right? Cake. We also have a midline in here, and that is why I'm kind of renegotiating that final target, because you know that midline, you can see not much there, but there, right? It's definitely people know it's there. So I would think we're going to get real close to 1,200. We may not get there in one swoop, though, but 1,200 is still a pretty good target for you guys. So we're coming off this high right now. I've got my A, B, C, D, right? Got a nice big fat target waiting for us down here at 1183.2, a little measured move target. Okay, so we're looking to sell resistance. It's pretty simple. And what I would look at on this chart is, again, because we didn't just collapse to 1,200, that should be a pretty big clue. It should. You'll notice I'm not even looking at volume right now because we didn't make a new low, right? So I'm not going to worry about volume until I start making new lows. I'll teach you guys how I look at volume and how we use volume here in our trade room tomorrow. Come on and see me. So we're coming off these highs. I would definitely expect this price to try to make a run for it, but I just don't think it's going to happen. We're probably going to get a bit of a correction here. It'll probably go back up here. I'm looking to sell that 1213.4, 1214, 1219. Should be relatively easy to get it short after it corrects off this somewhat low here. If it happens to roll over and just go, whatever you do, just don't sell down here at these lows. Okay, if it just rolls over and goes, you've really already got to be in that move. To get the best trade with the least amount of risk, you already should be in that trade short. If you sell short now, you're selling the low. You know, you're selling the medium-term low, right? So it goes down. I want to go back up, and then I'll sell this sucker up around that 1213 to 1216 area, up near those highs. Stay to the bear side here on gold. Now, how about this chart? Okay, this chart might be the most important chart we see here on gold. Gold is bearish, but now we're starting to see a little bit more reasons why this baby's probably going to go higher before it goes lower. Now, you know me, right? Tomorrow's a Friday. I'm going to be ready for anything. So if it does happen to go lower before it goes higher, be ready. If it goes lower before it goes higher, it's probably going to just go straight to 1,200. Okay, that's what I thought was going to be the case today. That's why I said I was a little bit surprised. And so this is what I'm going to talk about now. So gold is bearish, but stay patient. We can see the larger bear channel, right? That's important. But what's really important is this midline. Okay, if you don't think it's being used, look, you can easily see a lot of attention right there, and we just tagged that midline. Now that midline, under most situations, most circumstances, is not a big red flag. Okay, it's not major support, but we need something else. And you're seeing it right here. Look closer, look closely, you can see the midline acting as support. Okay, that's a minor clue. The big clue, though, is look even closer. The bears had control today. Remember on that last chart how I said I thought for sure we just collapsed to 1,200? Didn't happen. Now we're seeing what happened. Now we're seeing what really happened. What really happened is the sellers lost control. They tried to take it down. They tried twice. And what do we know about human beings? Well, why do we care about human beings? Because that's all this is, guys. This isn't a video game. This is a group of individuals. It's a symphony orchestra where every single instrument is in a different home office and there's no conductor or sheet music. Think about it. This is a group of human beings. So what do we know about humans? They love to try once. No, it didn't work. I'll try again. Didn't work. Hell with it. Move on to the next. Humans love to try things twice and then give up. That's why double tops are so prevalent. That's why measured moves are so prevalent. Guys, come on. You know this stuff. You've been listening to my newsletter. You know this stuff. So we can see those bears, they tried once. They said, all right, boys, another try twice, and they failed. Well, they didn't fail, but that doesn't look too bearish. The fact that it bounced right off that midline. So I'm not one for my gut instincts, but my gut tells me right now that we're going to go higher, possibly up to the highs of that channel, possibly up to the range highs, wink, wink, nod, nod, and then hopefully we don't run out of time tomorrow. Tomorrow's a Friday, and we can get another chance to sell this sucker back down to that 1200. Okay? So look for the buy short term. Be careful, though, because you're going counter trend if you buy right now. I will be personally waiting for price to get all the way up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking for buyers on a pullback, right? Think about it. When we go higher, there are going to be a lot of poor souls out there that don't listen to my newsletter and they don't know any better, and they're going to think this thing's still going higher here. So they're going to try to buy this pullback. You know they are. And when it fails, I'm going to be right there to take the money out of their account and put it in my account when it comes right back down. Okay? It's one of the unfortunate truths of being a day trader. We make the most amount of money when other people are feeling pain. All right? So now you know on gold, expecting it to go higher before it goes lower. And then, of course, it wouldn't be a newsletter if we didn't talk about the black gold, the Texas tea, the crude oil futures. Now, boy, oh boy, do I have a great bit of analysis for you guys. Now, let's rewind the tape a little bit. Do you remember what I said last night? Last night, my exact words were, expect a correction. Now, I know that in all of the shenanigans that we do all day long and all the craziness that was today's price action, we might have forgotten about that. You've really got to be careful before you go drinking the bullish Kool-Aid right now. Okay? Put down the television, or turn off the TV, turn off the internet, right? Well, after you watch my video, of course. But remember, this was nothing more than a correction. But at that point, all I'm doing is kind of guessing, right? I think it's a correction. I have a feeling it's a correction. I need proof. If I'm going to tell you and all my thousands of subscribers that I think this price is a correction, this move higher is a correction, I better have some ammunition. So here it is. I've got one on this chart and another on the next chart. You ready? Rock and roll? Seatbelts fastened. Crude is bullish, but wait a second. We expected this correction. I thought it was going to happen overnight. It didn't happen, though, until after today's 11 o'clock news report. Surprise, surprise. Almost as if the sellers were just begging people to buy this thing so they could sell it right back down. I mean, it feels too easy. If you look at it through the lens of a professional, not a rookie, okay? If you're a rookie, you can't help yourself. You're a human. You're wired incorrectly for trading. That's where I come in, right? I help all my clients change their hardwiring, because what comes easy to a human is the absolute wrong thing to do as a trader. And you probably have already seen that. Okay, trust me, we all deal with it. So we put together strategies to counteract that. We do a lot of work with human psychology in our course materials, because we know that's the difference between an okay trader and an incredible trader. Okay, it's all between your ears. So bottom line is, we know right now that correction did happen, but I need proof. At first glance, it looks bullish, but look closely at the volume. And when you look at the volume, you can easily see here. I don't know. That doesn't look too bullish to me, guys. That doesn't look too bullish. Looks to me like we had some profit taking up top there. That's what it looks like to me. So volume does not confirm this move higher. So we are bullish right now, but we are teetering here on basically the buyers, because you know what's going to happen, right? You know the minute this thing starts making lower lows, anybody who's long right now is going to be shaking in their boots and going to be getting the hell out of their positions and getting right back to the downside with the rest of us. So this is going to turn ugly real fast for the buyers. You know it is. Okay, we talked about all the OPEC stuff last night, right? It ain't helping. So what we expect is we expect the buyers to try, right? I would expect these buyers to try. And my line in the sand overnight is literally this high right here, right? If we go back to test that high overnight, we're probably going to see a little bit more room to the upside, okay? A lot of stuff happens overnight, okay? I'm trying to predict what's going to happen tomorrow. Yeah, as if our job isn't hard enough already as day traders, I'm trying to do what the smartest people in the world can't do on all the major television stations all day long every day. They can't predict out 2 or 3 days out. Of course they can't, right? 24 hours is hard enough. So we're looking at this going, all right, if we get back to these highs, all bets are off. Okay? If we get back to those highs, all bets are off. I'm going to have to be a bull until I see something different. I don't think we're going to see it though. I think we're probably going to see these buyers try and then fail. And when they fail, target, target, target. You know what I'm looking at. I see you $50 a barrel. I see you little brother of $100 a barrel. Yeah. We got the $50 target this morning, which we called last night. We took off higher inventories, threw fuel on it. Don't ask me why, right? Who knows why? I don't care why. But this is that big correction we're expecting. And that lack of volume tells me expect price to go up, but it should come right back down. And this is a great example where you know bulls are buying this thing. You know the bulls that came in this morning and said, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. By the end of the day today, all those poor souls that said, okay, now I agree we're bullish. Yeah, just in time to fill your stop and put the money right in the professional traders' accounts. Because if you're getting into buy now, boy, you just missed it. You missed the whole entire thing. And you know there's going to be a bunch of kids on their cell phones, right, buying crude, thinking this is a bull trend now without even knowing what they're talking about. So once we get those lower lows here, see ya, it should have no problem going lower. And it might get really ugly because of all those bulls that, again, you know, they believe what they see on television and they're just getting smoked out there. Let's go to the next chart. The final chart here for us, this chart gives me proof number 2. Again, crude looks pretty damn bullish. Crude looks pretty darn bullish, but is it really? Well, we can easily see the bull channel, right? It's very easy to see this bull channel. Okay, we saw the same thing on the last chart, but we get a lot more information on this chart. Look closely, and what do you see? I see an undershoot of the high of that channel. Look, the buyers didn't have any problems here. The buyers didn't have any problems going to the highs then, but all of a sudden, no. It's almost like they walked away from it. Even better, you see a big bear candle, a doji, followed by another bear candle. And then look at the moving average, like it wasn't even there. Now, the one hope that these bulls have is that something happens between now and tomorrow morning at about 7 a.m. Okay? Who knows? I don't think anything's going to happen, but we'll see. Who the hell knows, right? This is a crazy world we live in. So we see, of course, they come up, right? They try once, they fail. They don't even see the moving average. They try again, they fail. These bulls are getting beat up. The big clue, though, is the undershoot. So the undershoot usually leads to an overcorrect on the opposite side, right? So we know the bulls were weak to the upside. They're going to be weak to the downside. Makes sense to me. And it's amazing, guys and gals, how simple this can really be. Just think about it, right? Don't worry about indicators. Just think about what the price action is telling you. See, the problem is most of us have too many complicated tools. Most of us have so many different bells and whistles and lights flashing that we can't even see the darn candlesticks. It's like trying to have a conversation with somebody and your music is on full blast and you've got earplugs in, right? You're being blinded by these lagging indicators. Get rid of them. Come join me. Learn how to understand what the market's telling you. All right? Or don't. Or don't. And you'll continue to get stopped out and put the money right in my account like the rest of the uneducated traders out there. Okay? It's your choice. So, undershoot leads to overcorrect. Like I said before, these buyers have one shot right now. It's right now. They've got to get back to this high. 52.73 is my line in the sand right now, guys. 52.73 is probably the most important price level on this chart for tomorrow. If we go back and test that 52.73, we're almost guaranteed to 54. How do I know that? Take the range, copy paste. Remember, human beings don't do things too complicated, right? They're very simple. Things move in twos, creatures of habit, what worked before, I'll do it again, and off we go. Take that same trading range, though, project it lower. Do you think it's coincidence? Do you really think it's a coincidence? For all you fundamental traders out there, or anybody who doesn't believe in price action, do you really think that's a coincidence? I want to be on the planet you're on if you think this is some magic coincidence here. The range expansion target just happens to be $50 a barrel? Sure. Sounds good. Gotta love it, right? You gotta love this. It doesn't lie. You can't make this stuff up. You couldn't script it like this. All right, as you can see, I find this stuff to be fascinating. I find this to be absolutely fascinating. And if you do too, then welcome to the party, right? Because this language is so fun to speak, especially when other people don't know how to speak it and you can make money off of them. I know it sounds bad, but hey, welcome to the real world, guys. It is kill or be killed out there, and I'd rather be doing the killing than be getting killed. So right now, I'm telling you right now, if these bulls take us overnight, if we get just one tick above that 52.73, we're most likely going to see 54 tomorrow, right? Because you know all the bulls are going to be banging their chests going, I told you so, we're going to 150, he was right, right? You know, that's going to happen. So you're going to see everybody jumping on. But again, if it doesn't, I would assume, though, it's not going to be that easy and just drop. I would assume it tries to go, wait for a failed pullback buy, and see ya, suckers. You definitely want to take some profit off of this low, 51.36, 50.61, but keep a bullet left in that gun, guys. Keep a position open down to that range target down there at $50 a barrel. The way it looks right now, this is very, very easy. If we go to 52.73 overnight, we're bullish tomorrow, at least until something changes. I'll give you guys real-time updates in my trade room tomorrow morning. But if we come in tomorrow by 7 a.m. and we haven't hit that high, yeah, $50 a barrel is where we're going. It's almost a guarantee. It's almost a gimme. The only other scenario is that this thing just goes sideways. You know, it might. And if it goes sideways, buy those lows, sell those highs, buy those lows, sell those highs, right? If it goes sideways, buy low, and again, the minute we touch that high, as long as we don't make a new low, if we touch that high, we're going to go higher. All right, guys? Now you know the plan. Bullish on Russell, bearish on gold, but remember, gold's probably going to go higher before it goes lower. And crude oil, I see you buyers. I can't wait to see what tomorrow brings on crude. Hope you guys had a great week with me this week. Thank you so much, by the way, for spending your valuable time with me. I know there's a lot of stuff, most of it's junk, but I know there's a lot of stuff on the internet these days, and so I really appreciate you guys and gals being here with me every evening. I would love your feedback. I would love your comments and your questions. Post them right below the video, or send me an email, jj@schooloftrade.com. Don't forget, guys, before we wrap up here, I do not do my newsletter on Fridays. They finally let me out of this cage on Friday afternoons. I get a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of aged grape, and I'm back on Monday. So we got the download the charts below the video, grab your free pass, register for the nightly newsletter mailing list. Don't forget. If you happen to go over here to SchoolOfTrade.com, we have the best free trial on the planet. I know that's a pretty bold statement. Planet's pretty big. I'll prove it to you. All I need is your name and an email address. Register for my free trial. I will show you why we are the fastest growing, most successful trading education community on the planet. I've been doing trading videos on YouTube before YouTube was even YouTube, guys. Check out the free trial. And while you're here, beginner, intermediate, advanced, we got 3 levels of membership. And you know I've always got someone standing by there to help you guys out if you have any questions. Guys, what a great week. What a great week. I'll tell you, we've had the most incredible year so far. I don't even know how it can keep getting better. It just keeps getting better. We keep getting better every day as humans. We keep getting wiser, more accurate, and more confident. And guys, what a great day. What a great week. Hope you guys had a great week with us. Don't forget to be well, right? Be nice to each other. And make sure you see me tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern time. We'll open up that live trade with our students. My name is Joseph. You guys have a great weekend. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye for now.